Hi, today we have a video which shows 10 best action movies ever made. Few genres benefit from the art form of film as much as the action genre does. More grounded, less explosive genres sometimes work just as well in novel form or as stage plays, for example, as they would in the form of a movie. Number 10. 300, released 2006. 300 is a historical battle epic film directed by Zack Snyder and based on the 1998 comic miniseries of the same name by Frank Miller and Lynn Varley. In spite of its heavy fantasy influence, the film's story is based on real events. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC during the Second Greco-Persian War, as described by ancient Greek historian Herodotus. The film version of 300 is greatly characterized by Snyder's signature style, its comic book roots and the story itself being presented as a morale-boosting story told by Dilios. Zack Snyder's visually stunning retelling of the Battle of Thermopylae depicts Gerard Butler as King Leonidas leading a small group of Spartan warriors against overwhelming Persian forces. Featuring groundbreaking visual effects and pulse-pounding battle scenes, delivers an epic action experience that is both brutal and beautiful. Number 9. Taken. Released 2008. Taken is an English-language French action thriller film directed by Pierre Morel from a story written by Luc Besson and Robert Mark Kamen. It stars Liam Neeson, Maggie Grace, Katie Cassidy, Famke Janssen, Leland Orser and Holly Valance. In the film, Brian Mills is an ex-CIA officer who sets to track down his teenage daughter Kim and her best friend Amanda after they are kidnapped by Albanian human traffickers while traveling in France during a. The music was pretty damn good. It was a mix of a few cold tracks and exciting action-based tracks. All tracks in this movie comes together to have an orgy and make a great soundtrack for this movie. Number 8. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, released 2018. Tom Cruise returns for another high-stakes adventure as Ethan Hunt in this sixth installment of the popular espionage franchise. With jaw-dropping stunts and intricate plot twists, the film maintains a relentless pace as Hunt and his team race against time to prevent a global catastrophe. After a brilliant first, mediocre second and even surprisingly convincing third part, the fourth installment took the Mission Impossible movie series in a great way. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation is a movie that convinces with its courage, but does not quite reach its constantly rising rope for its overall picture. It is captivating, interdimensional, and also in depth in many ways, which will surely leave the viewer's memory something significant as the final texts roll on the screen. Number 7. Braveheart. Historical epic film, released in 1995, that was directed by and starred Mel Gibson and was loosely based on the story of 13th-century Scottish leader William Wallace. The movie was a surprise winner of the Academy Award for Best Picture. After William Wallace's father and brother are killed in battle against the English, Wallace is sent to continental Europe to be educated. He returns to Scotland as an adult and marries his childhood sweetheart, Maron. Wallace leads his clan in slaughtering the English garrison, and he continues to fight to expel the English from Scotland, gaining increasing numbers of followers as stories of his exploits spread. He leads his outnumbered ranks to victory in the Battle of Stirling Bridge, and then he invades England and sacks the town of York. The movie, inspired by a nearly 12,000-line epic poem about Wallace by Harry the Minstrel and filmed largely in Ireland, triggered an upsurge of interest in Scottish history. Although it contained numerous historical inaccuracies and anachronisms. Number 6. First Blood, release 1982. The film is based on the 1972 novel First Blood by David Morrell, which many directors and studios had unsuccessfully attempted to adapt in the 1970s. In the film, Rambo is a troubled and misunderstood Vietnam veteran who must rely on his combat and survival skills when a series of brutal events results in him having to survive a massive manhunt by police and government troops near the fictional small town of Hope, Washington. The guns used in the film had to be imported into Canada due to the country's firearms regulations. In January 1982, $50,000 worth of firearms was stolen from the set, including 14 M16 rifles, 3 Remington shotguns, 2 .44 Magnum revolvers, and 11 Colt AR-15 rifles. The gun was modified to fire blanks, but the Royal Canadian Mounted Police claimed it could easily be modified to fire live ammunition. Number 5. The Batman, released 2022. It has been 10 years since Batman graced the big screen in his own solo film, and director Matt Reeves does not waste any opportunity to place Batman front and center in the aptly titled The Batman. The film, led by Robert Pattinson as Batman, is ambitious in its scope as a character and mystery-driven film. Diving into the psyche of the Dark Knight as he's pushed to the limit in the early years of his crime-fighting career. Pattinson delivers a fantastic performance as the Dark Knight. He conveys Batman's intelligence, determination, stoicism and, most of all, rage quite well throughout the film. The Batman is a masterpiece with how the acting, writing, cinematography, music and more all combine perfectly into a moving, mysterious, action-packed and character-driven story. Number 4. Kill Bill Volume 2, released 2004. Quentin Tarantino is a master of cinematic storytelling, and his brilliance is on full display in his magnum opus, the two-part saga known as Kill Bill. One of the most striking aspects of Kill Bill, Volume 2 is Tarantino's deft handling of pacing and structure. Tarantino slows the pace down considerably, allowing the audience to delve into the complex psychology of the characters and explore the deeper themes of revenge, redemption, and the consequences of one's actions. Kill Bill, Volume 2 is an incredible feat of storytelling. Quentin Tarantino's visionary direction, coupled with outstanding performances, mesmerizing dialogue, and stunning visuals, creates an immersive and unforgettable cinematic experience. Number 3. Gladiator, released 2000. Gladiator is the kind of movie upon which Hollywood once built its reputation but rarely produces anymore, the spectacle. Filled with larger-than-life characters, gorgeous scenery, impressive set design, and epic storytelling. Gladiator is designed not just to entertain, but to enthrall. It draws audiences in and immerses them in a reality that is not their own. A boisterous reaction is expected every time the protagonist defies the odds and wins a conflict, or changes the tide of battle in his favor. This is filmmaking on a grand scale. Gladiator is set in 180 AD, and uses actual historical personages and events for background. The events that transpire in the film are largely fictional, but they blend in well with the known facts. Number 2. Saving Private Ryan, released 1988. Saving Private Ryan is an American epic war film directed by Steven Spielberg and written by Robert Rodat. Set in 1944 in France during World War II, it follows a group of soldiers, led by Captain John Miller, on their mission to locate Private James Francis Ryan and bring him home safely after his 3 brothers are killed in action. Saving Private Ryan became one of the year's most successful films, earning critical acclaim for its graphic portrayal of combat. World War II veterans described the combat scenes as the most realistic portrayal of their own experiences. Some were unable to watch it due to their traumatic memories. Saving Private Ryan is considered one of the greatest films ever made. Its battle scene filming techniques impacted many subsequent war, action, and superhero films, and numerous directors have cited Saving Private Ryan as an influence. Number 1. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, release 1991. Director James Cameron not only landed another one of the greatest action movies of all time, but he once again made one of the best sequels of all time by subverting audiences' expectations. Cameron took the original Terminator and improved it on a grand scale, from its plot to its visual effects. This time, Arnold Schwarzenegger's task is to protect Sarah Connor's son, John, from a more advanced and visually impressive T-1000. The 1991 release was the very first movie to cost over $100 million, and that's not only because of Schwarzenegger's high salary but Cameron's ambitious and extremely influential action sequences. Terminator 2, Judgment Day had mind-blowing action scenes like helicopter stunts, massive explosions, and car chases on the LA River, and it had the most advanced CGI seen so far when it was released, making it the best action movie of all time. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, comment and share with friends. I am also glad if you put comment which kind movies you want to watch on my channel. Thank you and see you next video.